Hey Cancer, this is Tina with 85th House Vibrations, and welcome to your monthly reading for 16. And this is your edition, as you probably tell by the spooky filter. And for those of you who have tuned in for the past few months, you guys probably know by now that I love filters and effects. I feel like it keeps it fresh, keeps it new, keeps it wild. Anyway, I'm introducing a new spread this month. This is called a planetary spread, and it there is going to be a card for the two luminary placements, the sun and the moon, and for five planets, Mercury through Saturn, and there's an outcome card. So we have got a total of 8 cards. And I'll go ahead and identify the card for each planet, and then we'll go back and pull it all together. For the Sun card, which is the self, we have got the Queen of Wands, and the Sun is about vitality, success, joy, happiness. The Sun can be a little bit self-centered. The Sun rules Leo, so this is definitely about our own, definitely about our thing, our body, our energy levels, our own happiness, things like that. Like I just said, I'm already repeating myself. For the Moon card, which represents the home, the private sector of life, the emotions. This can represent our mother. Now, this is the things that make us comfortable and safe. We have the Nine of Wands. For the Mercury card, Mercury is about the intellect, it's about communication, it's about work, business, it's about lower education, siblings, or neighborhood, short distance trips, childhood friends, things of that nature. We have the Queen of Swords reversed. For the Venus placement, Venus card, which is it's love, it's how we give and receive love. Venus is the feminine energy. Um, when we talk about it, I know a lot of you who are at least older than already have heard the term women are from Venus, men are from Mars. So this often, Venus will reflect the woman or the feminine energy in a relationship. If I hadn't said before, it's about the things that make us comfortable. And this can also be indicative of our money because Venus can rule finances and we have the food. That's great. For the Mars position, Mars is about our energy, it's about our desires, our passions, it's our physical movement. Um, we have the Magician reversed. For the Jupiter card, which is the good luck planet, it brings expansion to things. It's about optimism. Jupiter rules the ninth house of long distance travels, of spirituality and religion, of foreign concepts, foreign places, foreign ideas, foreign cultures. It's about publications, if you're writing a book or something. Jupiter ruling the ninth house is where you get published. We have the Two of Cups reversed. For the Saturn position, and Saturn is about responsibility, it's about discipline, it's about uh, commitment. Saturn comes along to make us adults, to make us responsible for the things we do. It's also about obstacles, restrictions, delays. Saturn energies can be uncomfortable for us sometimes, but in the end, this is about, like I said, making us adults, making us responsible people. And Saturn can also talk about karma, past life karma, karmic debt, things like that. If you believe in that sort of thing, um, Saturn can talk about, the end of life, the end of the physical life, um, and that. So, okay. The outcome card is the Eight of Cups reversed. Second. Okay. So, Cancer, this month, you yourself are the Queen of Wands. I want you to keep this in mind. With the Queen of Wands, you are creative, you are noticed, you're generous, you're fun loving, When the Queen of Wands walks in a room, people take notice. And this is you this month, Cancer. People are noticing you this month. You've got this vitality about you, and you've got a handle on your energy. You can correctly implement your energies. You know where you're going. You know what you're doing in a physical sense, and you're probably feeling, pretty good. You're going to start to, if you've been having some um, low energy, you're probably going to start to feel more vibrant and more alive in the month of April. So that is representative of the self. For the moon card, which represents the home, the emotions, what makes us feel comfortable and safe, our past, we've got the Nine of Wands. With the Nine of Wands, there can be some anxiety about how we move forward. We oftentimes, with the Nine of Wands, it's like we build a prison for ourselves, and we feel like that there's a battle to be fought, and we're not really sure if we can win that battle. But I always say with the Nine of Wands, and I know you can't really see the colors really well because of the filter, but there's a warrior sitting on the stairs, and he's got one wand in his hand. I think it just depends on the surrounding factors as to whether or not these wands are wands that have been planted for battles won, journeys taken, tasks completed, or whether or not this warrior, he's got one wand, but he has got to pluck these other ones up as he ascends. Well, a lot of times with the Nine of Wands, we feel like we are imprisoned, and a lot of times it's with some sort of anxiety. We've got so much going on that we just don't know if we have the energy, the will, the power, the passion to move forward. But these are generally prisons that we create for ourselves. These are self made. And we can get out if we look past the anxiety. And like I said, when I said before, remember the fact that you are the Queen of Wands this month. So you've got the energy, you've got the passion, you've got the train is chugging along. You can get to your destination if you remain strong and if you don't uh, trap yourself. I feel like Cancer, you might have a lot of things, you got a lot of loose ends. You probably started a lot of things that you haven't finished yet, and that's causing you some concern. And you are really stuck in a place where you just don't feel like you can move right now because there's so much to do ahead of you that it's got you stuck. You're anxious about these things. But being the Queen of Wands, Cancer, you can do this, okay? For the Mercury position, we've got the Queen of Swords reversed. This could be somebody who you are dealing with this month, really who's a total bitch. Language, but that's what I'm feeling like. I feel like this is somebody who, no matter what you say, is giving you attitude. They are they're posing, they're trying to pose some sort of threat to you, I feel like. Their words might be biting and sharp. They act like they know more than you, like they are better than you, like they are smarter than you. It's somebody who might be looking down their nose at you. But you're the Queen of Wands. Just like they are the Queen of Swords, they're reversed, working on a shadow side energy. But honey, you are the Queen of Wands, and you can plow right through that energy. Whomever this is, try not to let them get you down. If this is you, Cancer, you could be the one who is sharp and being a bit bitchy to somebody. And it could be because you do have some anxiety, you have some concerns, you've got so much going on in your life, so many things that you need to do that you just may not have the patience for other people right now. And you're coming off a bit hostile, aggressive. You'd be on the flip, you seem aloof and cold. But if somebody does say something to you or attempt to communicate with you, you just get at them real quick because you're just not in the mood. And like I said, this Cancer, I feel like if this is you, it's just because you've got a lot going on. You've got a lot going on, and you may not feel like you have the energy but you do. In the Venus position, these are things that make us comfortable. This might be uh, representative of our love life. This could be representative of our money. Cancer, you're starting a new journey in that area of life. Venus has just moved. I'm sorry, what am I talking about? Oh, yeah, Venus, because this is a planetary placement, has just moved into Scorpio. So the Fool is saying, go ahead with blind optimism, bravely start out on that journey into things unknown. There are some powerful things in front of you. With Venus having moved into Scorpio, uh, this is about probably the truth of your relationships. There may be quite a bit of passion in some new relationships. You might be going on a new journey with somebody, and I don't necessarily mean a physical journey where you're going somewhere. This could just be the start of a new relationship with somebody, of a new phase with somebody, and it doesn't have to be a lover, but whatever it is, I think this is a good card for that area of life, even with your money and with all the stuff that you feel like you have going on. There is still, you're starting a new journey. So try not to be clouded by the anxieties that you might have, the worries that you have. Break out of that prison that you're creating for yourself in the home, because this is something that's going on in the home. You're feeling stuck, you're feeling imprisoned, you're anxious about things. You've got a lot of things that need to be completed, wrapped up as far as your home life is concerned. But try not to let those fears get in the way of you taking that journey. Some of you are probably moving, going to new locations. And like I said, even though I said before that with this Fool in the Venus position, while I said that you don't have to be going somewhere physically, some of you might be. Some of you may be taking a journey to places unknown, places you've never been. They not necessarily be a pleasure trip. Some of you be trying to find out who you are, get to the truth of your roots or your heritage, or maybe you're going on a trip with somebody that is close to you, somebody that you know, and there's some truths and things, and not bad truths, that you find out about them and their life and what led them to this point to where they are now in your life. Take that journey though. Don't allow yourself to be blocked off and feeling fearful, because with the Fool in the upright position, you're supposed to be going at this with blind optimism, and you will. I think despite your challenges this month, you're going to keep chugging right on ahead, Cancer, because you know that there's something great out there for you. I think you are going to move into the unknown with blind optimism. I feel like even if you've got somebody who's bitchy in your life, or even if you feel bitchy and a little bit anxious, there's still something that's bigger than that. And you just know, if I just keep going, because I am the Queen of Wands this month and I've got this, that, oh goodness, I'm on top of the world. The world is an oyster, the world is a playground. I'm going to go out here and get it. And these are the things that will make you feel comfortable. These are the things that you find beautiful. In the Mars position, we've got the Magician reversed. So, Cancer, you have all of the tools that you need to move forward on this new journey with all of this energy and all this creativity and all of this passion that you have. Some of you Cancers, though, you choose to use this energy in a less than stellar manner. Try to avoid this. You also could be running into somebody on this journey that could be trying to sell you a dream. And it could be the Queen of Swords reversed. If this is somebody that's in your life, I feel like if somebody's trying to sell you a dream, somebody's trying to get over on you, somebody's trying to screw you, it's the Queen of Swords reversed. And I feel like this is somebody that is in your workplace. Now, it could be a sibling, or it could be a somebody in your neighborhood, something like that, somebody that you come into contact with in your everyday, your short distance trips. But either way, watch out for somebody, like I said, that's trying to sell you a dream, that's trying to get you to do something that might be illegal, the moral. You've got all the tools that you need to embark on this beautiful journey, despite the challenges that you have, because the challenges that you have that we've discussed so far are small in comparison to the fool here, um, as you embark on this new journey. Now, the magician, though, if you allow yourself to be sucked in, if you buy the snake oil, if you fall for the okey doke, this is a stand for something or you'll fall for anything in the Mars position with the magician reversed here. If this is you or if this is somebody you encounter, I don't think karma's going to wait. In the month of Earth, if something goes amok, if something goes amok with the way that you go about things, or somebody that you're dealing with, um, that tricks you into, going about something in some particular manner, I think it's going to come back to bite you in the ass right away. So I would pay particular attention to that. And with the magician being a major arcana, this is something that you can't avoid. Major arcana are the things that we cannot change. But like I said, you've also got the fool in the Venus position, which is a great position for the fool to be in. So you've got the ability to go out here and get it, to live your life, oh, just, free of baggage. There's no baggage. You're leaving it all behind. If there was something to leave behind, you've got the ability to leave the crap behind you, to leave the Queen of Swords reversed behind you, to leave the anxiety and the fear and the imprisonment of the Nine of Wands behind you. As the Queen of Wands, you have the ability to go out here with absolutely no baggage. That is until, bam, the magician reverse shows up, whether that's in you or whether that's in somebody else. This is what could make the month of Earth a problem for you. Okay? In the Jupiter position, we have the Two of Cups reversed. Now, oh, and let me go back before I get to that. The magician is ruled by Mercury. So, even though this is in the Mars position, which is your energy, how you go about things, your desire, your passion, and it also rules the physical body. Even though it's about, in that position, this is about how you think about going about those things. This is about how you communicate in regards to those things. This is about your expression in regards to those things. So think before you do something crazy. Think before you do something illegal or immoral. Because if you do that, you're only going to hold yourself back. You won't be able, the magician can very easily thwart the fool's journey. So be real careful about that. And as a result, as we move back into the Jupiter position, which is the position of wealth and acquisitions, it's the good luck planet, it's the planet that expands things for us. We've got the Two of Cups reversed. If you fall victim to the energies of the magician, if you are the magician, it's possible that this could have a negative effect on a one-on-one relationship that you are having with somebody. Cancer, for some of you, I feel like you've got somebody that has come in from out of town. And the reason that I say that is because the Two of Cups is ruled, or it runs under the energy of Venus in Cancer. And Cancer rules the home. For some of you Cancers, it has mom come to town? Is mom staying with you this month and you guys are fighting back and forth for some reason? That's Cancer. For some of you, I feel like that you've got somebody who has come in from out of town. I want to say the mother because it's Cancer, but it doesn't necessarily have to be. This could be a maternal figure. It could be somebody with, some sort of uh, feminine energy, feminine energy. But this is somebody who is tied, I feel like, to your home of origin. And this is somebody who's come into town, or maybe you have gone out of town to see them because the fool is embarking on a journey. And with the Queen of Swords here in the Mercury position, there be some. information that flows back and forth between the two of you, that's not easy. This I feel like this back and forth between the two of you is not easy, and it's causing some problems in your relationship. And with the magician right there in front of the two of cups, somebody is using their communication, their expression, and acting out in, like I said, a less than stellar way. And this can cause some problems between you and this person. And like I said, it doesn't have to be a female, it doesn't have to be the mother, but I do feel like this is somebody that's tied to your past. And we've got a lot, even though we don't have a lot of swords here, Mercury comes up a lot there with the communication is a very big part of this reading, Cancer. And because as we move into the Saturn position, we have the Six of Swords reversed. With this, and this card is ruled by Mercury in Aquarius. Okay, so I feel like this is some stinking thinking. And with the Six of Swords reversed, when you've got the Six of Swords upright, this is generally about making some progress, moving on, leaving things behind. And it's like I said with the fool that was embarking on a new journey with no baggage. The Six of Swords, though it be painful, though it might not be the most comfortable energy sometimes, when the Six of Swords shows up upright, this is moving forward. This is leaving all of that behind. But with it reversed, whatever's going on between you and this other person, I don't think it gets resolved in the month of April. There's a lot of work to be done on the communication between you and this person. And while for some of you, the Queen of Swords could be somebody at work, uh, like I said, the Queen of Swords is in the Mercury position. Mercury rules the third house, and the third house rules, like I said, siblings. Oh, so you know what? This Two of Cups reverse could be a sister, a female cousin. It could be a female friend, but I'm really, really feeling like that this is somebody that you have some sort of history with. I don't feel like this is somebody new or somebody that you've only known a short amount of time. But I feel like there's some squabbling back and forth. And it is, you've had some anxiety about this trip, this person coming in. Uh, you've had some anxiety about this whole coming together with this person. And you feel trapped. You feel imprisoned. You feel some things that they've done with the magician reversed has got you stuck. And you don't feel like you can move ahead and leave that baggage behind. But the fool says that you can. It's just going to be all in the way that you handle this situation. Even with the magician reversed, you have the opportunity, you have the tools that you need to create your own reality. So you can create your outcome. But in the month of February, I just feel like there's some things that's going on with you and another person, Cancer, that doesn't quite come to a resolve. Unfortunately, this month, I feel like you don't walk away in the clear. And the reason that I say that is because the Eight of Cups comes up as your outcome card. This is Pisces and Cancer. Pisces is about emotions. It's about things that are hidden. So there's some things that are hidden that might come up, and it might cause some. Rah, 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 rah. There's some stuff that might come out this month between you and another person that's going to cause some conflict, some information. I'm feeling like that comes out that's going to cause a breakdown in the communications that you have with somebody else, are going to cause the unease in the communications that you have with somebody else. And you, with, like I said, with the Six of Swords reversed, you're feeling unable to move forward. Um, you've still got that baggage. And with the Eight of Cups reversed, like I said, in the outcome position, you want to walk away, but you feel like you can't. With the Eight of Cups upright, this is where a person says, I'm over it. I am over it and I'm out. But with it reversed and with the messages in the surrounding cards, you're not over it. You're not over it. And with the Nine of Wands, you don't feel like you can um, physically get out. Your passion is drained. or you're feeling like your passion is drained. But keep in mind, Cancer, that you are the Queen of Wands this month. You've got the fight in you, and you can do it in a classy and creative way. With the Six of Swords reversed, this is Mercury in Aquarius. And Aquarius is the ultimate nonconformist. The Aquarius is about doing things differently. Well, and Mercury is about the thoughts. Like I said, the state of mind. For some reason, you're feeling like you can't think outside the box. You can't do things differently. And with this person, you're feeling like you can't get anywhere, or they're feeling like they can't get anywhere with you. It's the same old thing over and over and over. You all can't get past some sort of conversation, some sort of argument, some sort of communication that has been going on between you guys. Because, like I said, this is somebody that I feel like you have a history with. And you, them, or the both just feel like you didn't get anywhere in the month of. I feel like you're still going to be looking for some sort of resolve in whatever this situation is with this person. I can't stress enough to keep in mind that you are the Queen of Wands and that you have the Fool in this reading. So you absolutely can leave all of this baggage behind once the Magician turns upright. And this is you or the other person deciding to do the right thing, deciding to create their reality in a positive manner and not be the charlatan, not be the con artist, not using their energy or their communication or intellect to manipulate the other person. That is what's going to happen with this particular in the month of birth. One of you is going to have to decide not to try to manipulate the other person anymore. That's the only way that you're going to come to some sort of resolve and leave the baggage behind, Cancer. And that's the way I see it. So, like I said, you've got the strength and you've got the opportunity to leave all the bullshit behind, Cancer. Okay? Thank you guys for tuning in. If you'd like a personal reading, please send me an email at tina at 85thhousevibrations.net. I appreciate you guys. Cancer always shows up and shows out. Your numbers are always some of the best. So thank you. I appreciate it. You know, I hated if the messages were a little bit on the shadow side, but Cancer, you come out of it every time. So you can come out of it again. And once again, thanks. Happy